All right, let's jump right in with a pretty big question. When you power up your computer, who's really calling the shots? Today, we're digging into the hidden risks that come with using a Microsoft account and what that all means for who actually owns and controls your device. So, seriously, take a second to think about this. That laptop or desktop sitting right there, the one holding all of your private files, your photos, your entire digital life, is it truly yours? You might be surprised to find out the answer is a lot more complicated than you'd think, and it all boils down to how you log in. See, on a Windows PC, you've basically got two paths you can take. First, there's the local account. You can think of this as the classic old school way. It's your PC and your data lives right there on the hard drive. Simple. You have total control. But then you've got the Microsoft account. And this is all about convenience, right? Your files, your settings, even your passwords get synced up to the cloud so you can get them anywhere. The catch? That convenience means your computer is no longer its own little island. It's now a part of Microsoft's gigantic global network. And this right here is the absolute key. The second you sign in with that Microsoft account, you're not just unlocking your own machine. You're literally plugging your personal device straight into a massive worldwide infrastructure. It completely changes the fundamental relationship between you and your PC. So what does that actually look like in the real world? Well, for starters, it gives Microsoft certain remote access and control capabilities over your device. It also means your really sensitive stuff, we're talking browser passwords, personal documents, you name it, can be automatically uploaded to their cloud servers. And from a security point of view, this just blows the doors wide open. It creates a much bigger attack surface, meaning a hacker doesn't even have to get to your PC anymore. They could just target your cloud account to get everything. To really wrap your head around the scale of this risk, we need to zoom way out from your personal computer to this huge cloud network it's now connected to. A recent security scare really showed how high the stakes can get, and it involved what was essentially a digital master key that could have unlocked the entire Microsoft cloud. At the center of all this was a service called Azure Entra ID. Now, you might not have heard of it, but think of Entra ID as the digital bouncer for millions of companies all over the world. It's the system that checks the ID for a massive part of the corporate world, asking, who are you and what are you allowed to see? And inside this system, the ultimate prize, the holy grail for any attacker, is an account with global administrator privileges. This is not your average user account. A global admin holds the keys to the entire kingdom. They can read any file, see any email, and reset anybody's password, even other top-level admins. It's absolute, unconditional control. This quote just nails the danger here. Security researchers found a flaw that could have let an attacker with barely any access promote themselves to that all-powerful global administrator role. It's kind of like finding a trick to turn the key to the janitor's closet into a master key for every single room in the entire skyscraper. The fallout from this could have been absolutely catastrophic. If the bad guys had found this first, we could have seen a global tidal wave of corporate spying, data theft, and ransomware. We're not talking about some minor bug. This was a top-tier, systemic threat to the whole digital economy. Thankfully, that particular disaster never happened. Let's just quickly walk through how it played out. In the summer of 2025, a security firm called Deskscope discovered the vulnerability. They did the right thing, reporting it privately to Microsoft so they could fix it. And by September, Microsoft confirmed a patch had been rolled out everywhere, locking that dangerous door for good. It was a close call and a massive wake-up call. Right, so the crisis was averted. But this whole incident is a really powerful reminder of the big picture. When your personal computer is plugged into the very same ecosystem that's dealing with these kinds of massive high-stakes threats, you're now part of that risk equation. The security of your own device is no longer just in your hands. Okay, so that's the big, scary picture. But let's bring it back down to you. What can you actually do about it? Well, the good news is you have choices. Let's talk about how you can start reclaiming some of that control. The most direct way to handle this is to simply opt out of the network. You can dive into your Windows settings and create a local account. By signing out of your Microsoft account and just using a local one, you effectively cut that cord to the cloud. Your data stays on your machine, where it belongs, and you immediately get back a huge degree of control and privacy. Now, for those of you who want to go even further, there's another option, switching to a totally different operating system like Linux. And as you can see here, when you put them side by side, the difference is just night and day. With Linux, you get total control. Syncing data is something you choose to do, not something that happens automatically in the background. Your privacy is pretty much unmatched, and the security model is decentralized, which helps avoid that single point of failure we were just talking about. And that brings us all the way back to the central question, doesn't it? Our modern digital lives constantly push us toward this seamless, convenient, cloud-connected world. But as we've just seen, that convenience comes with a real cost. A cost to our privacy, our security, and our sense of true ownership. The most important thing to remember is that you still have a choice. So the question for you is, where do you draw that line for yourself? It's definitely something worth thinking about. Thanks for joining me.